हेलो दोस्तों, केजी क्लासेस में आपका स्वागत है। आज हम आपको मैथ्यू अर्नोल्ड की लाइफ साइकिल के बारे में और उनके वर्क के बारे में बताते हैं। लाइफ एंड वर्क्स। मैथ्यू अर्नोल्ड वाज बोर्न इन दिसंबर 1822, द एल्डेस्ट चाइल्ड ऑफ डॉक्टर थॉमस अर्नोल्ड एंड मैरी पेनरेजू Arnold. Matthew was fortunate in his parents. They gave full care and attention to his breeding. Dr. Thomas became the headmaster of the rugby school when Matthew Arnold was only 6 years old. Dr. Arnold remained there for nearly 20 years. Matthew had his early education at Lalehon and Winchester. Then he joined the rugby school in 1837 and remained there for 4 years. What he felt about his father there is clear in his rugby chapel. He had the advantage of Balliol Scholarship 1840. His Alaric at Rome who him a prize for poetry the same years. It is a school boy attempt and deserves to be studied from that point of view only. In 1841, Dr. Arnold became Regius Professor of History at Oxford. Arnold went to Balliol this year. Here his life was happy and carefree. But his fashionable dress did not hamper his keenness in conversation or bit in his bantering. His poetical alliance changed from Byron to Goethe. George Sand and Emerson also impressed him. His life like this was not favorable to serious studies. It had its adverse effect on him when he did not set his first in his graduation examination, but the sudden death of his father left him to look for a job. He could have been a priest or a barrister. He was not willing to join either career. He joined rugby as a teacher. Soon he left the job to become the private secretary to Lord Lansdowne, president of the council. It gave him an inspectorship of schools. He joined it and retained it almost till the end of his life, but it troubled his progress as a poet. However, he did not give up poetry. He married Frances Lucy Whiteman, the daughter of a judge. He became a father just 11 months after his marriage. His first son was born when he was 30. His youthful enthusiasm and dream of literary achievement was still fresh in him. In 1843, his Cromwell was published. It was followed by the Strayed Reveller and other poem in 1849. Unfortunately, this failed to arouse any public interest. Then came his Empedocles on Etna and other poems 1852. It continued some of his best poems, but it also failed like the previous volume. This time he showed greater courage. The next year he also reissued the first volume with his name signed in full. A second issue of the volume with a few additional poems appeared in 1855. Different edition and issue of his poems continued to come from now onwards. He published them in 1856, 1858, 1867, 1869, 1877, 1878, 1881 and 1885. The final standard edition of poetical works of Matthew Arnold in 1820, after he had died. His position became good when he joined as professor of poetry at the Oxford University. The proper admiration of discerning critics and cultured critics laid the foundation of Arnold's poetic reputation and brought him to the much esteemed Oxford professorship. He held the chair for 10 years from 1857 to 1867, and law could not allow him further extension. As a professor, he did not write new poems but lectures on criticism and critical principles. The post inspired him to develop his critical powers in a logical and reasoned form. His critical work of this period are on translating Homer, the study of Celtic literature, and Essay in Criticism, first series. In later years, he published Culture and Anarchy, 1859, Literature and Drama, 1873, Mixed Essay, 1879, and Essay in Criticism, second series, 1879. They all present that criticism was true vocation in his life. It is criticism of the literary variety merely, but criticism in the widest sense of the word. Comprehending politics, society, theology, and literature, if we study Arnold as a critic, we find that he spoke like a voice, not as an echo. He spoke with the authentic voice of an apostle and the passionate breath of a prophet. He spoke like a lawgiver of literature and the Moses of life in all their important aspects. In 1883, after more than 30 years of service as inspector of schools, he retired upon a pension of £250 per annum. Then he visited America for a short lecture tour in 1883. The government appointed him to look into the working of elementary education in Germany, France, and Switzerland. 1885. Its report was the last official work done by him. He had suffering from weakness in heart. It brought his sudden end on April 15, 1888, when he ran to catch a tram car. He died, leaving behind him immortal memories. His main works: Essay in Criticism, 1865, Culture and Anarchy, 1869, Literature and Dogma, 1873, The Strayed Reveller and Other Poems, 1849, Empedocles of Etna and Other Poems, 1852, New Poems, 1867, Dover Beach Thesis, a monody, Scholar Gypsy, Sohrab and Return, Rugby Chapel, Balder Dead on Translating Homer, 1861. Thanks.